everybody. This is the Lincoln Drive. This is your girl Asia.
This is Melissa Quinones.
And I'm Dev Hall. Welcome to Lincoln Drive today.
Talk about the Super Bowl.
Dun dun dun.
Super Bowl. It wasn't even a Super Bowl. It was a regular game to me.
It was
Right.
boring.
Like it was pitiful to me. It was like I'm a gambling man, so I'm gonna throw that out there first off. And I expected a good game. I was expecting the score to be 21-17 because it was the first time since 2009. The number one offense versus the number one defense. You want to see an interesting game, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, Super Bowl supposed to be the two of the best teams. We look like we just seen the best team play versus.
Somebody got lucky.
It was
Right, basically.
It wasn't even luck because their defense.
No, I'm not saying the Seahawks got lucky. I'm saying the Broncos got lucky for making it to the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, that's what it looks like because they got exposed. They got very exposed. Like, how often did y'all see the game? Like, how long did y'all see the game?
I watched it from the very beginning all the way to halftime, and the Broncos was sitting at 0 for mad long. It wasn't a game. It wasn't competition. It didn't look like anything.
I don't have patience. If it didn't start off good, all of a sudden I'm just like, you know what? Change the channel. What else is on? They didn't even keep my attention for that long, honestly.
Come on.
You can already tell. The Broncos sucked.
Name a player. Name a player. Name a player.
I'm not naming
Name a
any
player.
players. Don't put me on the spot like that.
You gotta name a
So
player
the
for me.
Broncos, I was really rooting for them.
Oh.
But you know, things happen. It is what it is.
Let me find out Mel one of those girls that like the team because of the colors.
You know what?
And the logo, the horse and everything. But you know, we're not even gonna put you on the spot like that. It was terrible on their behalf because a lot of people didn't expect the Seahawks to score points, and they scored 43 and had America at a standstill. Like, what is going on? Having questions populating like, is the NFL rigged? And you know, honestly, and the NFL can be rigged right now. I don't care. As long as I won my money, that's the main thing. And also, my Eagles didn't make it. So hopefully next year we can, you know, I can have a conversation outside the school about football next year. I understand still about talking about football. Let's talk about the commercials. Like, did y'all?
My favorite part. That's why I watched the Super Bowl.
What y'all find funny?
I love the Volkswagen commercial where the engineers get their wings. It was a daughter and a son a daughter and a father in the car driving, and I guess their meter went to 100,000 miles or 10,000 miles or something like that. And the father was like, all right, so what if I told you that every time a Volkswagen gets 10,000 miles on their meter, a German engineer gets their wing? And at the end of the commercial, the little girl was like, oh yeah, you're right, Dad. So the next thing you're going to tell me is when something else happens, rainbow shit out their butts. And then it cut to them. It was cute. And then there was another one with the puppy and her horse for the beer Budweiser commercial.
The puppy, I didn't see that one.
So cute.
I seen the small little dog with the big head.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, I didn't even get into that. I just like, all right, what is this?
There was like so much controversy with the interracial commercials, and they wanted them to be taken off air, and I just love how they just sticked with it and decided to like incorporate it within the Super Bowl commercials too.
Yeah, it's nice.
So that was a good thing.
We got Bruno Mars. He stole the show.
Yeah, Billionaire. That was a nice, cute little touch. And then you have Just the Way You Are, and
That's
so
the best
forth.
song.
It was great. I enjoyed it. The lighting. You're gonna compare it to Beyonce's performance. She did better to me, but if not, it was a good performance all in all.
Yeah, Beyonce always steals the show.
Yeah, you know.
Well, y'all talking about the Beyonce and all that other stuff. The best Super Bowl performance, and I don't even remember the song they performed, had to be the Janet Jackson Super Bowl.
But you don't even remember
best
the
Real
song.
controversial. All
I-
you remember is the little slip.
Right.
It wasn't a little slip. It was like, it caught my attention. Like, I was
The
all right.
typical man thing to say.
Hey, it is typical. Hey, I could have said Nicki Minaj and Madonna. I could have said that.
They didn't.
I guess.
Well,
They 2 years ago.
Yeah, they did. They did.
But nobody took my man Michael Jackson had the best Super Bowl performance. But we not talking about Mike. We talking about Bruno Mars. He did a good job.
Yeah.
I think the best part of his performance, to be honest with you, is the fact that he actually was performing on the 50-yard line too. If you notice, he was in the middle of the field performing. I never seen that before. And the fireworks, the way the graphics while he was performing, like how they had the fireworks while he was performing and everything looked so surreal. It was like, bang, this joint is. It was like I'll label it one of the best ever.
Who knew he could play the drums like that? He's talented.
Yes.
He's a man of many facets.
He is. Oh yes.
Shout out to your boyfriends or anybody listening hearing all that. Y'all
I
should be
mean,
saying all
I'm
that
never
about
gonna
that
meet
man.
this man ever. Like, I could say this.
Right,
Yeah.
let's just be real.
Right.
Hopefully one day.
Y'all funny. We gonna talk about Miley Cyrus right after we come back from this break. Her posing in this W magazine and Chris Brown status in rehab.
talk about Miley Cyrus and her photo shoot in W magazine.
Twerk Molly.
Right. It doesn't even look like her, y'all. I don't know if you've seen it. It's on Instagram. You can find it online. But basically, she has these bleached blonde eyebrows. So when the pictures were in black and white, she was pretty much nude. So you know that caused a whole bunch of controversy. It doesn't look like her.
What's up with her?
Well, this is the
She's
thing.
growing up, son.
Yeah, she's just growing up. I don't see this as a problem at all. Like, all models do this. Like, they all bleach their eyebrows. That's like just a thing in the modeling career in general.
Okay.
She also just became the new face for Marc Jacobs as well.
Right.
So it's like for some reason, it seems like she's really trying to pick up on this modeling career when she thought everyone was basically done with her because of all the controversy that's tied to her name.
Okay.
So she's trying to do something different, and I don't see this as a problem at all.
Not to mention, no shade, she looks good.
Yeah,
It's
she
a
does.
photo shoot.
She got a lot of sex appeal in that shoe, but I wouldn't talk to Molly.
Here you go.
I got a quote for y'all. I like her attitude because she really doesn't care what people think.
Yeah, I do too. I like that too.
Right.
I like that about people. But what you about to say? What she say?
You know, I made my money. If
Mm.
no one buys my album, cool, it's fine. I've got a house and I've got dogs that I love and I really don't need anything else. So she's chilling. Like,
That's
I can
true.
appreciate that.
That's true.
That makes
Right.
sense. Like, who are we to judge her? Like, all I know is the people that judge her, 9 times out of 10 broker than she is because she has a lot of bread. She can care less
Yeah.
what we think. To be honest with you, you know, a lot of people got opinions, but a lot of people are not rich, and she's not going to care about what we think because she's gonna do what she do, and she's gonna do what she want to do. Blonde eyebrows are not like she can do what she want to do. You got people out on this campus, matter of fact, they got blue and green hair. Like, what's going on? Ain't nobody talking about them. Like, we talking about like what's going on? We got
I
black
don't mind the
hair.
blue and green either. Well, if it's executed correct.
Like, I don't understand it. Like, that blue and green is starting to be a trend on campus or around the world. So,
I
you
mean,
know,
it just is what it is. That's their
Yeah.
freedom. That's their creativity. I want to put this in my hair, so I'm going to do that, and it is what it is.
yeah, you know, Chris Brown got he had the same type of judgment when he changed his hair to blonde. Remember that? Like, everybody was like, what's up with the bull? Like, what's up with this guy?
I wasn't
Mhm.
feeling it, but whatever.
Like, I don't know, you know, everybody want to stand down. They stand down in some freakish ways. But, you know, I'm glad he actually got back to rehab because you're going to talk about rehab, too.
Whoa.
Like, you know, he went back to Chris Brown that I knew when he came out with Young Love. He got black hair, black eyebrows. He normal again, you know. But
You need to shave. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, he's just going through some things, y'all. Y'all just can't be talking about this man like this. That's okay. I'm about to come for his defense right now. Chris, I got you. So basically what happened yesterday, Chris Brown went to court with his lady by his side, Karuchi, you know, ride or die, OVA.
Yeah, she don't leave his side.
She doesn't. She
we
doesn't.
definitely
That's
gonna talk
love.
about her after that. But, yeah.
Okay. Anyways, so they went to the LA courthouse, downtown LA, and basically what happened was it was for
That assault charge.
that assault charge in DC. So the judge basically was just like, you know what, just 90 days in rehab and that'll just be the end of it. You know, nothing else, no prison time. So he got off lucky. Prosecutors were really trying to give him prison time.
Right.
180 days.
Right, and
Yeah,
then basically the DA was in disagreement with the judge too, because they were like 90 days. Like, why do you keep giving this man like a pat on the back and letting him go?
Right.
Like, why don't you just put him in prison so he can learn his lesson?
Right.
But the judge was just basically like, you know what? I feel like rehab is the best thing for him for his anger management in order for him to get through this. Jail is not the answer to this.
Right.
So that's basically what they came to their decision for. And I don't think I disagree with it.
Well, he's making good strides apparently. So.
Yeah.
Like, this guy, I ain't gonna hate on this guy. He do it. Money talks. That's all I'm gonna say. Money talks. Like, he do what he want to do. Like, this is the same judge that actually got him away. This is the same judge he had with the Rihanna case.
Yeah.
Rihanna case. And
Of which he was found guilty for.
exactly. And a lot of people are like, I guess she truly do see some type of progression in the guy. But, like, you know, he's going to do what he want to do in front of the judge and in front of cameras. So it's no telling what he's going to do. I mean, what he does behind closed doors and everything. I would expect him to beat this case, too, because if I'm going to court and I'm doing rehab, I'm not going to try to have my coordinator or whoever runs the rehab talking bad about me. So I'm just going to do what I got to do in order for me to avoid jail time, just like he did. And talk about this girl, Karuchi, you know, I was talking to y'all about this in class. Right? Like, she a little she a ride or die chick, I guess y'all want to say that, but like, she is labeled to me as the side joint. Like, we talk about side joints a lot, and she is the side joint.
At
How?
one point, yes.
But
But
this
right
is-
now,
They're in a relationship. She's
Now.
not the, yeah.
How many
So
times?
how would she label
how many
that?
times? All right. How many times did he come running back to her
But
after?
she's okay with that.
Listen, this happens
As
in
long as they're
relationships.
okay, I guess, right?
Yeah.
This happens in relationships. You can't get over the one that you fell in love with, the one that you've gone through all this stuff with. You meet somebody new, now you're confused. It's like, oh, I'm in love with two people at the same time, which he did say that in a tweet, by the way.
He said it on a
in the
video.
He said it
Right.
at the Big Boy Club, Big Boy neighborhood.
He was in love with two people at the same time. He didn't really know which one to choose.
Right.
So he let Karuchi go, told her the truth. Then he went back with Rihanna. Clearly that didn't work because she
No, she
played
got other
him.
people too.
Right, with that Drake video that she was like twerking to and Chris winded up seeing it. So that's a whole nother story.
I need to see that. I ain't see that.
And then Karuchi and him just found their way back to each other.
Man, she was waiting because she ain't had no
Yeah, she
choice.
was waiting.
And AJ
She didn't have no choice.
She had no choice.
Okay.
Nobody's going to pick up. Well, a lot of it was a rumor that Kendrick was talking to Karuchi, but you
Let
know,
me tell. She was living in his apartment the whole time him and Rihanna was back together. He has her set straight. Like, she not going nowhere.
he got her locked and he got her trained. That's what he got.
Oh, got a train.
That's
I don't think I
bad,
like
man.
that.
I don't like it, but it might be the truth.
Yeah.
Got
That's what I'm
her
talking
trained, like okay.
Trained,
But
like
she not going nowhere.
she's not. She know he got bread. She know he got bread.
Well, that
and
may be the truth, but trained. I don't know.
like,
Even if it's subconsciously, she's not going anywhere.
yeah.
Maybe brainwash is a better.
All right, that way. I'm sorry,
Um,
trained, but I want to talk about this George Zimmerman character, man. Like, this guy is funny to me. Like, not funny when I say like on some stand-up comedian stuff. I mean, like funny how the world is like really
Backwards.
backwards. They praising this guy for like dumb things. It's a rumor. I didn't see any names of the promoters, but these promoters are promoting a fight for George Zimmerman. I'm pretty sure y'all seen this on social media, Twitter,
Yeah.
and Instagram, and the contestants could possibly, his opponents could possibly be the rapper The Game. He said he'll be glad to fight George Zimmerman. You got DMX, who's going through his own issues.
Don't have
He's
that
open
make
to fight
any
him.
more trouble.
And
Right.
now we got reports saying from TMZ, you know, that's like 50-50. But from
No.
TMZ, it is 50-50.
Go ahead.
But yeah, from TMZ, he said that he wants to fight Kanye to the. What makes you think he wants to fight Kanye? He said
Because Kanye thinks he's a god. He just told y'all. And I
he
was like,
thinks
no.
he's a god. He thinks he's a god, but he say he feels as though Kanye attacks too many defenseless people. How do that sound coming from him?
Oh, he said that out of his
That's
mouth?
the
I don't
irony
know.
of
I
the
need to
whole
see a video. But
situation.
you know, reporters gonna report anything. They're gonna make up things. But this
That's
is what
juicy right there.
I said. What?
Wow.
And he said he really wants to fight Kanye. I really hope Kanye will fight him, but I doubt it.
No, I don't want this thing to even happen. This makes no
Right.
sense to
No,
me.
no. I really want that to happen because one, like y'all, like I hate to say this. I'm not gonna say this on air because I know it's a lot of listeners listening.
Say it. You want someone to fight him. Who in America
No,
doesn't? He's wrong.
No, I don't
Right,
want
he's
to.
wrong, but I don't think that we should be over here like, oh my God, celebrity fight, let's go.
No,
like,
no,
he's
no.
not a
That's-
celebrity.
right,
first of all.
this is not okay at all.
When I say fight, I mean like I'm not saying like, okay, I want him to get a good whooping, then okay, we can forget about everything
No,
he did to
not
Trayvon
forget.
Martin and everything. No, I mean like I want somebody that's like going to put him down to the point where he don't even want to see another black person ever again. Like that type.
Oh, I thought you was talking murder there for a minute.
No, I wasn't
Ooh.
gonna say that. No, we're not gonna talk. That's why I didn't want to say too much. You know, I want him to get a beat down. But that's
I
what I
wish
would.
you
Yeah,
just
I
have
don't.
served
Yeah, I don't
jail
disagree
time.
with that. Yeah.
Just
Yeah, jail time was like, you know, I would have
you
gave him.
deserve the proper sentence then.
I would have gave him the same sentence Sean Teller's killer got, like 70 plus. That's what I would have gave him, life. That's what we call wills. But we have a break, and we have our special guest, Shamsiddin Lowther. Y'all probably saying, like, who's this guy? But, you know, we call him Sham around campus. A lot of people don't know his full name. And this is a dear friend of mine. He's one of the most, one of the smartest people I know, actually. And we actually want to talk about Black Men in America, B.M.A, and we're going to talk about that right after the break on Black History Month. You already know. The link is dropped.
Say no, you don't.
You don't have
We're
30
on
seconds.
the
I'm
air.
looking at your board and everything.
Right now, we have our man Sham in the building, as we said before, to talk about his real or B.M.A.
Sam is in the building.
I can talk now?
You can talk, man. You can talk, bro.
Well, I want to know what's the first question. First question.
Oh, you ready? You ready for
Oh,
questions?
jump right into
Hey,
it.
hey,
Okay.
how you doing today? Like, how you doing, man? Like, get comfortable, bro. Like, how we doing today?
I'm I'm fine, blessed.
Alright, that's cool. You
That's
real
good.
chill, real
That's
mellow
good.
today, man. Like we have a lot of questions. Actually, I know you have an organization called Black Men in America. What is that?
Black Men in America. Well, I'm gonna address a question that was asked to me earlier. Where did we get the name from, Black Men in America? Well, actually, I was brought into the organization as just a regular member, and was just, at the time it was a unobserved organization.
Okay.
And somebody asked me, that I'm very vocal, and the rights, just not only black people, just in the sense that where we at morally, where we're at economically, where we're at politically, where we're at, I'm very aware.
Right.
So they asked me to join. And then when I came there, wasn't nobody there. I'm like, where's the organization at? And somebody walked in, and this is where they having the B.M.A thing? I'm like, yeah.
Right.
So then I just started running the show. Like, people was like, oh, I guess you the one to run the show. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. So it was it kind of like fell into my lap, and then from there, just took over basically.
Wow, that's good though. So, what programs do you guys have planned?
Well, we plan to have a Black History Month Jeopardy.
Oh.
Oh yeah, we plan to have we plan to have I don't want to tell everybody, I don't want to give a sneak, but just know we plan to have a lot of interactive as well as informational forums, because we just had a forum last week, last Tuesday, entitled Black Zombies. We were initially supposed to have something on Monday with guest speaker Dr. Umar Johnson. He's from Philadelphia. He's an activist, psychologist, and he was going to speak on Are We Still Enslaved?
Right.
But he'll be here on the 11th, so everybody check that out.
Okay.
Are We Still Enslaved? Dr. Umar Johnson will be here for B.M.A.
All right.
So
That sounds like a deep topic.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting, I already know. But if you had to sum up your organization in like a mission statement or something, like what do you guys stand for?
I guess we stand for
You guess?
no, I guess no. We stand for.
Thank you, bro.
We stand for our roots. When you hear the term African American, people tend to forget our African side. We forget our geopolitical background.
Mhm.
Though we are here in America, it says African. And we should start to address these things that are part of our culture, because we like to deny and cut off.
Mhm.
I actually had the chance to go to Spain for study abroad, and I met some brothers that were from like Ghana, Cameroon, from Lagos, from various places, the African diaspora.
Right.
And they were basically saying, we disconnect so much that we don't know that you're my brother. You was my brother before you even met me. And black people here, we disconnect ourselves. So it's just basically just getting in touch with your roots, getting together as a community, basically.
All right, now I know this organization. Me and you friends outside this interview. I know this organization. You've been working with this organization for about 2.5 years in the making.
Yeah.
3 years maybe. And I remember when you first came up to me like, "Well, Dad, I got this B.M.A. joint. I heard you." And I showed my face one time, the first time, and I was like, "All right, I'm here to support my boy. I don't see nobody here though." Okay, cool. So 2 years later, we go to farms, and I noticed you having packed classrooms, you having packed wear centers, you having packed auditoriums. You got like when Dickey Hall was open, packed classrooms. Like, how did that make you feel? Like, because like a lot of people don't feel like Lincoln ties into our community. Like, it don't like tie in back to our students. And like, how did that make you feel? Like, people actually are seeking advice or seeking information from you and also your organization. Like, how did that make you feel as a person?
For one, I get overjoyed because anytime somebody can listen to someone who is considered a peer, and not only the information that it comes from me, but the people I work with, in my organization, such as Kamal, Bilal, young members like Aaron, Jabari, just a couple names.
Shout out to those
Shaheem,
brothers.
and those brothers. Oh yeah, Maury too, Damani. Those brothers, they really, really drive. It really brings something home for them. A lot of times, we have our own discussions, our ciphers, and they're like, I didn't know this stuff, and now that I know it, I can express it to everybody else, and people can see the passion. So it's more like, you see the passion because it's real. The stuff we're talking about is real. It's stuff that we can relate to, on a regular interactive sense for being peers, and things we go into when we go into the war and into our careers, it brings me joy, basically.
It does.
Okay, so I have a question. So since you said that your organization focuses on connecting with our roots, so how do you implement that within your forums that you have? Like, is there a strategy or certain approach that you guys have on taking that kind of stance?
necessarily. It's kind of an unorthodox, I guess, routine. Because basically, you know, we get together, we talk. You know, we sum up our, I guess, how we feel, our problems. For instance, we had a forum, I guess, 2 semesters ago called "Gold on My Chain," and we were talking about was it Trinidad James? He's saying nigga, excuse me.
Oh, clear that out. Okay.
Saying, you know, what he was saying on his song, and you know, we were looking at, you know, he had all the diamonds and all the gold and all the chains and all that stuff, and then we were relating it to, you know, our ancestors who were enslaved and they had chains. And was it voluntary or was it involuntary? Were they slaves because they wanted to be slaves, or were they slaves because they had to be slaves? You know, and we started, you know, to incorporate around those things. So we kind of basically, we get a main focal point and we build around the things of today and the future. Basically.
So, what makes this organization different than any other organization? Like, Melissa, she was discussing this before you came. Like, what makes this organization different from Boys and Men? Like, since it's like a mentoring program for students, like African American students, like, what makes it different?
What generally makes it different, and I would never say better because everybody has their own, you know,
Right.
you know, unique thing that they do as an organization. But what makes us unique is that we are just young brothers and sisters, basically just trying to uplift ourselves in the community, and we all, you know, when we're arguing, we always arguing on the tip of basically how we can build. You know, I guess we're in a sense a very unique organization because we bring people in that, you know, not necessarily, you know, are articulate in knowing their history, and some people who do, and we learn from each other every single day. You know, I learn from brothers that, you know, that I would never say I'm smarter than, but, you know, I'm a little bit more aware in, you know, African American and African history, and they'll bring up something to me that I didn't even know, and I'll be like, wow, and it's never a disrespect. It's always, you know, something learning. So I guess I could say that's what's unique about my organization.
Okay.
Alright, so, you have a Black History Month, and in closing, do you have any words of wisdom to say to the community?
I'm gonna say one of my favorite Marcus Garvey quotes is that a people without knowledge is like a tree without roots.
I appreciate the Mr. Shamsiddin.
Yes, that was very powerful.
And we actually have another guest speaker. We actually have Mr. Kamal. And I'm going to talk to you real fast, sir, about your haircuts. And, you know, everything that has been going on with you. You're a member of B.M.A, actually. Do you have anything to say about that, like to add on to that?
Add on about B.M.A.
What makes you a proud member of B.M.A?
Well, I want to first and foremost say thank you, Sham. You know what I'm saying, for helping me be a part of B.M.A, for basically helping broaden my knowledge. B.M.A, I'm proud to be on being it because it's made me more aware. It's made me also more adept at talking to people and to reaching out and giving people what I have. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Just sharing my knowledge.
Okay.
Also taking them what they have also, yeah.
Okay, but I know now, since we had this B.M.A conversation out the way, we got this, what you want to call it, your own barbershop on campus, located in, what's your room, 320?
ASL 335.
335, I'm sorry, 335. And I remember you started cutting hair in the McCray freshman year.
227.
Yeah, you used to mess everybody's head up, bro.
Oh.
He used to mess heads up, man. Like, you know.
I thought this was supposed to be positive.
It is positive.
Okay, just checking, because you...
It's all real.
This is my man right here. He didn't tell you. He be the first to tell you. Like,
business out
and
there.
no, it's a reason why I have him on the show. We have him on the show today. I really want him to know. Like, I mean, want everybody to know. Like, he's, to me and to a lot of other people, he's the best barber on campus. Like, like, and it's ironic because there's 2 malls on campus that cut hair, and I just know my man right here, Marley Cuts, been like, he's a good barber. He's the only barber that I know that charges $10 for a haircut and $12 for a fade. And is there a reason why you like upped your price since freshman year and sophomore year and maybe junior year, like from $5 a cut
Well,
to $10 a cut?
Well, before I answer that question, I'm gonna say ladies also do eyebrows. So
Hey!
You put the little art
Valentine's Day special.
everything.
Valentine's Day
All
special.
that, you know, $5. Also, before I answer that question, also I do hot towel treatment. You know what I'm saying? Extra $1 with the hot towel shave.
Oh, you are doing things.
So
Go home to
I
barber.
guess I kind of
Okay.
answered your question right there. You know, freshman year I wasn't doing all that. I wasn't capable of what I'm doing now. I didn't have the skills that I have.
Right.
So you know, I put in the time, put in the work, And you know, you see where I'm at. You know, like you said earlier, it's people that definitely my freshman year I messed their haircut so bad that I didn't get back till this year. Like y'all know Pat, my know Pat from New York. I forgot what I did to his hair, but it just wasn't right.
Shout out to Pat.
Shout out to Pat, you know what I'm saying? Pat came back this year like, yo, more holla at me, you already cut. Gave him the cut, you know, of course he loved it, you know. So I would say it's all about progression, you know, it's all about, you know, working hard.
And I actually noticed when you cut hair, because, you know, we on campus, a lot of people travel to go home. And, you know, you got a lot of clientele. So I noticed something when I get my hair cut from you. You actually take your time, man. It's not a rush job. Don't get me wrong. Like a lot of people feel as though it's more pressure when it's the longer the wait is. And I know that you take about maybe a half hour to 40 minutes of each head, like to make sure the customer feels satisfied, and also, you know, it's a nice environment to the point where you got your barber chair, making it look like you know what you're doing. You got a table full of, I don't know the proper barber term because I'm not a barber, you know, all that other stuff. Like,
Got you, yeah.
what makes you actually, like, is this something that you want to, like, start a career in after you graduate?
Well, most definitely, you know, this is not just my hustle, this is my craft.
Your craft.
It's what I do for a living. You know, my goal is to have my own barbershop one day, as well as other businesses. But yeah, also, like, taking my time is something that you do when you're a barber. Like, when you're a barber, it's not always about the haircut, it's about the experience. You want to make the person feel comfortable, you know? And after a while, even if you get really good at your craft, each haircut from each barber isn't going to be that different. It's about the connection that you and your client have. So I try to, you know, take that apart, you know, when I'm doing with my clients, you know.
Oh yeah, and just to let people know, because, you know, a lot of people be like, yeah, man, you should go to my barber, you should check him out. And then you be like, all right, it's a word of mouth. And then you be like, you should go to my barber, you should check him out, it's a word of mouth. But we actually have evidence, and we have pictures online. You can follow him at Molly Cuts, you know, MAALY Cuts with a K too. And he has a lot of videos and a lot of pictures up of his work, his craft. And also, you know, actually he got our flyer up here too. That's what he got. Shout out to him. But he actually had the hot towel treatment, a picture of his grandfather as a barber. Like, did he influence you to cut?
Yeah, very much so. My mother's father, his name is James Pittman. He was a barber in Mount Vernon, New York. Maybe like 50 plus years. He put my mother and her 3 sisters through college with that. You know, basically just held the whole family down doing that, you know. And I always looked up to him as a person, not just as a barber, as a person. He was a very big leader in the community. So much so that I think was it 3 or 4 years ago in Mount Vernon, New York, they gave him his own day, James Pittman Day, on his birthday on February 11th. So
That's
poppin'.
Yeah.
That's poppin'. I actually appreciate both of y'all to come in today, because I actually wanted people to know who the best barber on campus is. And I don't want everybody to be like, all right, just Dev Barber or Sham Barber, whoever. Like, I want everybody to know. And, you know, how can people contact you besides Twitter? Like, you have a Twitter. I mean, I'm not Twitter. I'm Instagram, Twitter.
Yeah, definitely, like I said,
Tumblr.
Instagram earlier. It's at Molly Cuts, MAALYKUTZ. You can hit my cell phone for an appointment. Text me at 914-282-7119. And also, from any other inquiries, give me on Gmail. It's kamal.matavu@gmail, KAMAAL.matavu, MATTAVOUS@gmail.com.
And no walk-ins, or?
I'll do walk-ins. As a semester gets more like, you know, work heavy, I tend to have more appointments and less walk-ins though, because, you know, I'm kind of busy. But just
so senior year, man. That's all y'all say.
Senior year, exactly. Get my phone.
Right, like, well, we thank you today, man. We actually
so
thank
much
both
for
our
coming
guests
out.
for coming
Yes.
in,
Thank you for
coming
having
out.
us.
No problem. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day.
All right.